Hi everyone. So welcome to the channel once again, and here we have the practice questions and answers part 2 for the AWS Solution Architect Associate certification, which is purely based on Amazon Web Services. Okay, so if you haven't really watched the part 1, you can visit the channel and go through those questions as well. So there will be a series of all these questions on AWS Solution Architect Associate exam through which you can check your knowledge, revise your concepts, and practice a bit in case you are planning to appear for any exams or any in general also. I mean, if you want to check your knowledge, that's a good opportunity. Okay, so let's start with this video. And yeah, I mean, if you like these questions and if you like my videos, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as well. Yeah, so let's start. The first question is, the company serves content to its subscribers across the world using an application running on AWS. The application has several Amazon EC2 instances in a private subnet behind an application load balancer. Due to a recent change in copyright restrictions, the CIO wants to block access for certain countries. So, which action will meet these requirements? So, you can think of the right option out of these four. The important thing is the blocking of access for certain countries. That is talking about certain countries only. Okay, so I'll give a pause here so that you can guess the right answer. So the right answer is the third one. Use Amazon CloudFront to serve the application and deny access to blocked countries because Amazon CloudFront gives you this feature to block certain countries from the list. Okay. The next question is a product team is creating a new application that will store a large amount of data. The data will be analyzed hourly and modified by multiple Amazon EC2 Linux instances. The application team believes the amount of space needed will continue to grow for the next 6 months. So, which set of actions should a solution architect take to support these needs? So, the question is on if the space needed to grow for over the next 6 months, which action will be the appropriate one which solution architect can take. Okay, sort of these options, please guess the correct answer if you're ready. So now let's look at the right answer. Okay, that is option number 2. Store the data in Amazon EFS file system. Mount the file system on the application instances. Okay, let's move to the question number 3. A company is migrating a 3-tier application to AWS. The application requires a MySQL database. In the past, the application users reported poor application performance when creating new entries. These performance issues were caused by users generating different real-time reports from the application during working hours. So which solution will improve the performance of the application when it is moved to AWS? The first option is import the data into Amazon DynamoDB table with provisioned capacity and then refactor to use DynamoDB for reports. Second option is create the database on a compute optimized Amazon EC2 instance. Ensure compute resources exceed on-premise database, on-premises database. The third option is create an Amazon Aurora MySQL multi-availability zone DB cluster with multiple read replicas. And then configure the application to use the reader endpoint for reports. The last but not the least is create an Amazon Aurora MySQL multi-AZ DB cluster and configure the application to use backup instance of the cluster as an endpoint. So the right answer is the number third one, create an Amazon Aurora MySQL multi-AZ DB cluster with multiple read replicas. Okay, let's move on. Solution Architect is deploying a distributed database on multiple Amazon EC2 instances. The database stores all data on multiple instances so it can withstand the loss of an instance. The database requires block storage with latency and throughput to support several million transactions per second per server. Which storage solution should the solution architect use? Four options. First one, Amazon EBS, Amazon EC2 Instance Store, then Amazon EFS, or Amazon S3. So the right answer is Amazon EC2 Instance Store. Self-explanatory. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 5. Organizers for a global event want to put daily reports online as static HTML pages. The pages are expected to generate millions of views from users around the world. The files are stored in an Amazon S3 bucket. A solution architect has been asked to design an efficient and effective solution. Which action should the solution architect take to accomplish this? You can ignore the typos. So the four options are generate pre-signed URLs for the files, or use cross-region replication to all regions. Third is use the geo proximity feature of Amazon Route 53. The last one, use Amazon CloudFront with S3 bucket as its origin. So what do you think? What is the right answer here? The right answer would be the last one. Use Amazon CloudFront with S3 bucket as its origin. All right, let's move to the next question. A solution architect is designing a new service behind Amazon API Gateway. The request patterns for the service will be unpredictable and can change suddenly from 0 to over 500 per second. The total size of the data that needs to be persisted in a backend database is currently less than 1 GB with unpredictable future growth. Data can be queried using simple key value requests. Which combination of AWS services would meet these requirements? We have to choose two options. So it's a multi-option question. Okay, so the right options rather would be Lambda and Amazon DynamoDB. Okay, let's move to the question number 7. A startup company has a web application based in the US East 1 region with multiple Amazon EC2 instances running behind an application load balancer across multiple availability zones. As the company's user base grows in the US West 1 region, it needs a solution with low latency and high availability. Okay, what should a solution architect do to accomplish this? So there are four options. Let's look at the correct option here. So the correct option is provision EC2 instances and configure an application load balancer in US West 1 region, where company's user base is growing. Create an accelerator in AWS Global Accelerator that uses an endpoint group that includes the load balancer endpoints in both the regions. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 8. A solution architect is designing a solution to access a catalog of images and provide users with the ability to submit requests to customize images. Image customization parameters will be in any request sent to an AWS API Gateway API. The customized image will be generated on demand, and users will receive a link they can click to view or download their customized image. The solution must be highly available for viewing and customizing images. So, in this scenario, what is the most cost effective solution to meet these requirements? All right, so there are again four options. I will not read all those four options. You can have a look at it and then guess the correct answer. Okay, so the first option talks about configuring elastic load balancer in front of EC2 instances and with Amazon S3, right? Storing the original and manipulated images in Amazon S3. Second one is about Amazon CloudFront distribution. The third one is storing the images in Amazon DynamoDB and then configuring an elastic load balancer in front of Amazon EC2 instances. Fourth is all about Amazon DynamoDB and then CloudFront distribution as well. So the right answer is the second one. Use AWS Lambda to manipulate the original image to the requested customization, store the original and manipulated images in Amazon S3, configure Amazon CloudFront distribution with the S3 bucket as the origin. Okay, let's move to question number 9. A company is planning to migrate a business critical data set to Amazon S3. The correct the current solution design uses a single S3 bucket in the US East 1 region with the version enabled to store the dataset. The company's disaster recovery policy states that all data multiple AWS regions. How should a solution architect design the S3 solution? Okay, I think yeah, there's something. All right, so let's look at the options. The first is create an additional S3 bucket in another region and configure cross-region application. Create an additional S3 bucket in another region and configure cross origin resource sharing, which is also known as CORS, CORS. Then third is create an additional S3 bucket with versioning in another region and configure cross region replication. And fourth is again create an additional S3 bucket with versioning in another region and configure CORS, cross origin resource. So the right answer is the third one. Create an additional S3 bucket with versioning in another region and configure cross-region replication. Okay, let's move to the next question. A company has application running on Amazon EC2 instances in a VPC. One of the applications needs to call an Amazon S3 API to store and read objects. The company's security policies restrict any interbound traffic from the applications. Which action will fulfill these requirements and maintain security? There are four options. We need to choose the correct one. First is configure an S3 interface endpoint. Second is configure an S3 gateway endpoint. The third is create an S3 bucket in a private subnet. The last, create an S3 bucket in the same region as the EC2 instance. So, which action will fulfill these requirements and maintain security? So, the right answer would be configure an S3 gateway endpoint. Okay, I hope these questions are useful for your preparation and checking your knowledge. So, we can end this video here. This was the last question for this video. And if you like my videos, please like, and if you have any comment, feel free to comment. If you have any feedback, that also you can provide in the comment section, and then you can subscribe this channel for such more videos without missing. So thanks a lot. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I hope um, you go through the other videos also. I will put all such videos in a playlist so that you can go through all videos in a sequential order. Yeah. Thanks again. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.